Hi there! In today's lesson, I'm going to show you 4 things that you can do to improve and increase your English vocabulary. Stick around till the end of the video because I'm going to be giving you a homework assignment. The first tool I'd like to introduce you to is called a collocation dictionary. And I want to give you specific instructions for how you can use it because it's a very, very good resource for anybody who has to write at all in English. Like if you have to write exam papers or write for work, this is something really practical. And at the same time, you can build your vocabulary. If you've heard something like, oh, you shouldn't use basic English, you shouldn't use simple English when you're writing, it's okay when you're speaking, but not when you're writing. This has some truth to it. So if you're writing a paper and certain words come up, for example, do, take, give, make, these short English words that you hear constantly in English, there's nothing wrong with them. For example, if you give a presentation, there's not anything wrong with saying that. But if there is a more specific word you can use, of course, it sounds more sophisticated, especially if you're writing something formal or academic. So the collocation dictionary can help you expand this. And I'll take you into my computer and I'll show you how it works. I have the alphabet here in orange in the middle. And you have all of these words down here which are associated with collocations. That means you can click on any of these words, you can click on any word you look up with using this alphabet chart and find words that they are often used with. Yeah, the example I gave before is give a presentation. I said it's also perfectly fine English expression. Let's look up presentation. What other verbs can you use instead of give? Let's look up presentation. I'm looking up the noun because you'll probably find more verbs for a noun than you will nouns for a verb, or it'll just be easier to deal with all of the words you might find. Presentation, noun. Okay, they also have the verb to present. Let's look up presentation. To deliver a presentation. So I had to deliver a presentation to the board of directors. Yeah, it sounds very professional. Then they also have to be at a presentation. Yeah, I was at a presentation. It sounds also a bit informal. I attended a presentation. You see, you can just avoid using those words that you use over and over again, like have, to do, to give, to take. Okay, that's my first tip for you. The next tool I want to show you is called a thesaurus. You might know this. It's basically like a dictionary, and it's also available on the Macmillan site. Personally, I prefer this thesaurus.com. It's another free online thesaurus you can use. And you can see here in the middle it says most searched words. So these are words people search for, and what you find is not the definition of the word, but the synonyms you can use. You know that English is a very rich language. We have words that are Latin-based, Anglo-Saxon words, French words, Greek words. There are so many words, it's hard to know which ones to use, but you can usually find a synonym. If you've been writing a paper and repeating the same word over and over, you can come here and you can get other ideas for words. So you can see here the most searched words today. First one is important. So if you're writing about something and you keep saying, oh, it's very important that we do this or that, you want to mix it up a little bit, you just come here. We'll take this one since it's a popular one to look up. And then you have these other ideas. So instead of saying something is important, you could say that it's critical. That's very important. Crucial, vital, urgent, significant. So they just give you a lot of different ideas of alternatives you can use when you're tired of repeating the same word. I just want to mention that if you see words that you have never seen before and you have no idea how they're used, then I wouldn't recommend using them. This is more to give you an idea to remind you of other words. Maybe you've seen them used before but haven't used them yourself in writing. Then you can go ahead and use them. The ones in orange are the most similar in meaning, and then the ones in yellow could be used the same way, but not always. They're not exact synonyms, but maybe you can come up with an idea, or you can just remember a word that you're thinking of that you know, but you can't quite remember. Also, antonyms. These are opposites. So maybe you know a word, but you don't know what the opposite is. You can come to the Thesaurus and look it up while you're writing. And that is my second tip for expanding vocabulary. And of course, I'll link the website to the description box. News English, and I really would love for you to explore this website because it's absolutely free. They have thousands of articles with accompanying listening activities. American or British English. You can speed it up, you can slow it down. So it's really something that you can adjust to meet your specific learning needs. But what I'll show you today is just the part of it where you can expand your vocabulary, since that's our topic. So let's go back into my computer. So here you see you have so many articles based on the latest news, right? You have over 3,000 free English news lessons. It's amazing. They are arranged in order of level between 0 and I believe 6 is the highest level, is upper intermediate or advanced. For every article, print lessons, listening, reading, grammar, spelling, and words. And words is the one I want to show you today. Here you have an article that you can read. You have activities based on reading comprehension, vocabulary, and then you have vocabulary matching activities, true false questions. It's really amazing the amount of lessons you can find on here. But if you go to words, you have here on the right word pairs. So here what you do is you read the article. Of course, this is after you've read it already or maybe listened to it, and then you have to fill in the correct word, yeah? And they're often confusing words. So for example, do you put worrying or worried? Worried, and you have to remember which word was used. Yeah, so you can do the whole activity, come down and check your answers. They'll show you your answers if you fill everything in. So missing words, yeah, and this is a drop down. So you have all of these words here, and you have to put them into the text. You just drop down a word until you eliminate all of those up here, and then you've learned that vocabulary. After that, you can read it again or listen to it faster. You can choose between British and American pronunciation. Someone put a lot of work into this website. I have to praise them. Looks like a game. Yeah, so you have to put the vocabulary into the text. And you can, like I said before, you can adjust the level. So depending on whether you're beginner, intermediate, or advanced, you can find the level that's right for you. And please go through here. You have more quizzes and even printable materials. If you're a teacher, this is a great resource. And that's Breaking News English. Now for my fourth and final tip for you on, don't recommend this one if you're still intermediate or don't have wide range of vocabulary already. So I found this dictionary here, Merriam-Webster's Vocabulary Builder, at a flea market a long time ago, and I thought, it's just vocabulary. I like words and learning about words, and it's not just a dictionary. They teach you the root words. So they teach you words that have Latin and Greek roots, and they teach it in such a way that if you know these roots, you can figure new vocabulary out. You can figure out what something means by those roots. Let me give you an example. So I found it online as a free download in PDF, and I'll just take you to my copy and show you what I mean. Here we are in the Merriam-Webster's Vocabulary Builder. I'll just show you Unit 1 so you get an idea of what it's like. They break it down into different units, and every unit has a few root words that they teach you, and then they give you a quiz, and the answers are in the back. For example, if you know the word bene means well or good in Latin, so bene is Latin for well. A benefit is a good result or effect. Something beneficial produces good results or effects. So you learn the word families based on the meaning of part of the word. This is good for anyone like me who didn't learn Latin or Greek in school. And then they show you different examples of words. For example, benediction. So bene means good, diction is speech. So a benediction is a prayer that asks for God's blessing. It's just interesting. These are just nice little, in my opinion, it's a nice way to expand your vocabulary if you like this kind of study. I don't recommend you just read the whole book, but it's nice just to browse through it from time to time, maybe do one unit now and then. A benefactor. Yeah, so a benefactor, someone who helps another person or group, especially by giving money. So another word for a donor or somebody who donates something is benefactor. Beneficiary. So that's the person who receives a donation or receives something that's given. Beneficiary. Benevolence. Yeah, if something is benevolent, that means it's good-natured. Then they have an example. So here, in those financially desperate years, the young couple was saved only by the benevolence of her elderly great-uncle. Benevolence, it means goodness. And then comes the quiz. They're just 8 multiple choice questions, and then they just ask you to choose the correct one, and then you can check your answers. Google Merriam-Webster's Vocabulary Builder, download, free PDF. I'm sure you can find it online. Another place you could look is Quizlet. So I have another video on using Quizlet to build your vocabulary or studying grammar. Some very nice person put the whole vocabulary builder on Quizlet, so you can come to Quizlet also. I think I can link this one to Quizlet, but you can come here, look it up, look up she has it or he has it unit by unit. If you like this kind of thing, you can use the flashcards. You can do the little learning quizzes here too, or make up a game or test just to learn a few of these more advanced words. Now it's homework time. I'm going to put up on the screen 5 English sentences that are written in spoken English or informal English, and I would like you to improve them by making them more formal or more written in style by using the Collocation Dictionary. Here you go. Leave your answers in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and please let me know which of my ideas you're going to use in the future. Take care and see you in the next video.